Well, hello friends. I wanted to talk about some issues which have come up basically not only through the event of the suspension of Billy Bob Joe 57's channel, but there are also some other much larger issues involved here. Namely, YouTube had very good intentions in the beginning. The founders of YouTube basically wanted to give a voice to ordinary people like us. And, you know, their whole motto was broadcast yourself. And so all of us were free to do so for a short period of time. Now, it has come about that this success of this kind of concept was also financially somewhat attractive to some of the major companies, and unfortunately the founders of YouTube were probably not quite smart enough to see what would be coming next, namely the undermining of their entire philosophy here on YouTube. I'm not sure if the two founders, Chad and Steve, actually agree with this anymore. You know, it's water under the bridge. They've sold the company, and perhaps they regret some of their decision making by now. I can't know that for certain. But when a site like YouTube now becomes predominantly just commercial and just commercial trash, just like cable television, you might say, then probably as far as the market goes, they will lose a big, huge portion of their market share of their original viewers to some other market, because that is not why people signed up for this website. And so perhaps Google made the right decision, first of all, to gobble up YouTube, but it will eventually backfire because as most of us know, Google is now in the business of collecting data on all of us. It's been put out there that Google is actually doing some projects for the NSA, the National Security Agency, and so their membership will eventually dwindle all around. So I would not exactly call that a good business decision on their part, simply because ordinary people like the original founders of YouTube are probably smart enough to figure this out by now. I would like to, again, voice my support for Billy Bob Joe 57 and his channel, and for it to be reinstated on YouTube and on Google for that matter. Unless, of course, Google wants to foster the impression for thousands and thousands of viewers out here that it is engaged in political censorship here in the United States. I don't think that would be a very productive business model in the first place. You know, many of us who are speaking out politically can find other venues other than YouTube. And it's not a threat or anything, it's just there are other venues out there. And if YouTube and Google want to remain on the cutting edge of this society, then it may do some good to actually listen to ordinary people. Because the tide is turning, and many people would continue to tune in. But as recent events have shown, that may not be the case in the future. And so people who want to speak about political issues, news issues, and so on, and these are always contentious no matter what. But if these viewpoints are no longer being heard, or if the perception is out there, wrong or not, that these views are being censored, then everyone else in that particular category will, of course, move elsewhere. And, you know, you can only have so much entertainment in the news and on the networks and on the internet, because, you know, finally people will become tired and bored with all of this. You can only repeat so many statements and shows and jokes so many times. And ordinary people are not dumb enough to, in the long term, to recognize that something is just wrong. So I would advise YouTube to follow in the principle of the founders of YouTube, to continue with the notion to broadcast yourself, and while taking copyright issues into consideration, many of us have not violated these copyright issues whatsoever, yet all of a sudden our videos are being taken down for some reason because we have commented on someone's video, or the perception is out there that we are using videos outside of the terms of fair use, I might say, and these are within copyright law, and it just doesn't do any good for the community, for our population as a whole, for YouTube to fold in into this corporate environment of Google, when Google itself has been accused of censoring the news in other nations. I will follow up with a little video. It is a letter verbatim, and this is not copyright. This is a letter verbatim to the Senate committee by Dick Cheney, and this is not subject to censorship by YouTube, by Google, or by anyone else. And so I will read this letter verbatim because it is publicly out there, and if anyone shuts down my channel as a result of this, then many people will simply leave YouTube or Google altogether. So watch for the upcoming video, and please also watch my channel for updates on Joe's situation. Thanks.